Hi, boys and girls. This is your Unit 10, Week 3, Day 2, Dictation, and this will be completed on the composition book paper. If you can print it from your Google Classroom, that's great. Otherwise, don't worry. Just grab a piece of paper and a pencil and follow along. If you need to pause this video at any point in time, feel free to do so. I'm going to walk you through step by step. Let's begin with sounds. For our sounds, we will have 3 sounds. Number 1, be my echo. Am, am. What says am? A, M says am. Number 2, I, I. What says I says I. Number 3, ang, ang. What says ang? A, N, G, ang. Now we will move on to review words. Please be my echo. Rang, rang. If you need to tap it out, you can tap it out. It's a review word. Ang. R-A-N-G. Now, to mark up the word rang, we would begin by scooping our base word. And then I see that A-N-G. So I'm going to put a box on that A-N-G. And then down below, you have a vowel followed by a consonant, so we know it's closed in. Okay? If you want to put a brief, you can, but the sound of the glued sound with the A kind of changes it a bit. So you can leave it as a box for the glued sound. Number 2, be my echo. Shells, shells. Go ahead and write the word shells and then check it with mine. Now, since it's a review word, you should remember you're starting with that digraph, the vowel E, followed by the consonant L, and then a bonus letter L. Finally, you have that suffix S. So for the markup, scoop or underline the base word, circle that suffix S, mark your E with the breve because it's short and it's a closed syllable. Finally, look at the beginning. I have that SH, and I know that's a digraph, so it will get one line. And then you're going to star that bonus L. So this word has a few different markups. Make sure your word looks like mine. Now, let's move on to current words. First word, please be my echo. Printed, printed. Do you have a base word? What is the base word? The base word is print. Let's tap out print. Er, I, n, t. Okay, what do you hear? Er, I, n. Then you add that suffix. Id. I know that id means that it's an ed. Now we will mark our word. Let's begin by scooping the base word print and circling our suffix ed. The I says I because of that consonant N, so I'm going to mark it with a breve And then down below, it is closed. Then I'm going to look at the beginning of my word, and I have a PR, which is a blend. So each letter gets its own underline for a blend. And then at the end of the word, I have that NT, which is also a blend. 2 more underlines. That is your markup for printed. Next word, be my echo. Spending, spending. What is your base word? The base word is spend. Let's tap out spend. E, n, d. Okay, now we're going to spell it. E, n, d. Spend, spending. Now I need to add in my suffix ing. Let's mark up our word. Begin by scooping that base word, spend, and circling the ing. Now I'm going to look at my vowel, and the E says S, so it gets the breathe. And then down below, it's closed. Looking at the beginning of my word, I see a blend, S, P. They each get their own underline, and the N, D gets their own underline. And that is your markup for spending. Trick word time. So for our trick words, you will be my echo, and then we're going to trace the word. So you can trace it on whatever surface is close to you. Here's your first word. Be my echo. Many, many. Get ready for the trace. M, A, N, Y. Many. Now let's write. M, A, N, Y. Many. The next word. Be my echo. How, how. Get ready for the trace. H, O, W. Now let's write. H, O, W. How. Now it is sentence time. Here is your sentence. Please be my echo. I sat down on the clump of grass. I sat down on the clump of grass. Let's check to make sure we have enough frames for our sentence. I sat down on the clump of grass. Are we missing a frame? I think we'll have to move one over so we can fit it in there. And we can quickly copy and paste. There we go. So now we have enough frames for our sentence. I sat down on the clump of grass. Okay, I'm going to circle where our trick words would be. So, grab a color here. I sat down on the clump of. Okay, so now these are my trick words. Down and of. So if I wanted to look these two words up on my first grade word wall, I would see the word down and I would see the word of, and that way I know how to spell those words. Now, going back over to my dictation, let's begin typing. Remember, our first sentence frame was tall because we know that it has to have a capital letter. Make sure you're writing right along with me. And don't forget, tap out any words that you might not be able to spell otherwise. Now, when you hear the sentence, I sat down on the clump of grass, do you hear me telling you something or asking you a question? I'm telling you something. So therefore, I have to put a period at the end of my sentence. So let's proofread to make sure that we have it correct. Did you begin with a capital letter? Did you end with a punctuation mark? Did you check those trick words? And are there any words that you can tap out? By now, sat should be an easy word for you. Clump might be a word that you have to tap out. K, l, m. And also grass. Be sure to have that bonus letter S. Now let's scoop our phrases. I sat down on the clump of grass. 2 phrases. So boys and girls, if you need to pause this video, if you need to go back to any portion to practice a little more, you can do that. Otherwise, thank you so much for staying with me today. You really worked hard. I'll see you next time.